friends. It's Sunday. It's the 22nd of March, and here in the UK that means Mother's Day, Mothering Sunday. And so for all of us who are at the moment socially isolating, distancing ourselves from people to prevent the spread of this pernicious virus, then we're probably going to have pretty alone Mother's Days, unless your kids are in the house with you, in which case I hope they've made you breakfast in bed. All sorts of beautiful cards made out of pasta, whatever scraps they can find around the place. But my children are all grown up, all living away, and so I'm looking forward to having a FaceTime with each of them today to say Happy Mother's Day. I've already received the best Mother's Day gift it's possible. So this, I'm going to show you this. This will just show you just how well my kids know me. First of all, I absolutely adore doing jigsaws. And secondly, I mean, come on, how cool is that? I haven't opened it yet, so it's still got the plastic on, so it still might be glaring a bit. But it's all the Harry Potter characters from the films. And it's 1,000 pieces. And it's also my favourite jigsaw maker. Because some jigsaws are a little bit, the card's not very good and they're hard to fit. Ravensburger, which is this one, are my favourite jigsaw makers, because their pieces are sharp and firm and clear cut, so that the die that's cut them, I've just seen this here, it says soft click technology. So when I get this opened up and get started with this, I'll tell you what soft click technology is all about. Cats though, those of you who are concerned about cat Rita, I gave her our antibiotics this morning. She knows now. When I come at her with the big blue towel, she knows exactly what I'm about to do. So she's not very happy, but she's got another 3 days before we can stop giving her the antibiotics. And I can't even tell you what a difference it's made. She's a different cat. She's much, much happier. Which just makes you realise, doesn't it, when you never take antibiotics, ever, because it's the first time she's ever had them, the effect that they have on you is pretty spectacular, which is why we need to limit our use of antibiotics. But anyway, this is not a Sunday chat. This is a complete, I'll put my jigsaw down. I can barely bear to put it down, actually. I might have to keep one hand on it. No, okay. So, today's video then, which is going to follow now. Oh, I've just got the edit up here. I'm wearing the same dress. I have got more than one dress, but I am apparently wearing the same clothes. A few weeks ago, I went to visit my friend Ceri, who has a soap making studio, because she'd agreed to make a bespoke soap for me here at the Last Homely House. It's here. Look, it's the Last Homely House soap. And when we were talking about this, I said to her what I wanted more than anything was for it to look a bit like Eileen's feathers. So the soap itself, I won't open it because they're all wrapped up beautifully. And they're wrapped up beautifully in this in paper, and then this lovely green mulberry silk, which she chose green because she knows how much I love green. So isn't that great? And she also made a bespoke label for me, and all her details are on the back. So the swirls inside here then are like, it's a whitish background, but the swirls are all beautiful greys, which are just like Eileen's feathers. And she went for her first swim a couple of days ago. And so this soap then is celebrating my beautiful springtime goose in this Last Homely House soap. So, ow, get your claws out. So Ceri made these bars of soap for me. The soap you're about to see being made is the same recipe, but because this has to cure for 6 weeks, she'd already made this a while ago, and we're wrapping it at the end. It's a different soap, but it's the same as the one that she's making here in the video. I'm really pleased that she agreed to make this for me. And what's happening today then is some of you who are subscribed to the newsletter, thank you. And the way that you do that is you go to the website. I'm going to leave all the links in the description today of how to get to the website, how to get to this product in the shop. This is going to go live at 3 o'clock Greenwich Mean Time on the 22nd of March 2020. So if you're watching this video in 2 years' time, they've all gone, okay? Oops, come on. But they're all still there at the moment. What was I saying? I've done that thing again, haven't I, where I go off at a tangent. I can't remember what I was saying. Let's have a cup of coffee. No, it's gone. But anyway, the video that follows then is Ceri making a soap that's exactly the same recipe and fragrances as this one. Oh, smells amazing. I've edited it all and it's here for you to see. And then pop over to the shop and see if you would like to buy the customized, commissioned from me to Ceri Last Homely House soap. I'm very pleased with it. Very pleased with it. And we made this before the outbreak of the coronavirus, this video. So we're not capitalising on the fact that people need to wash their hands more. But people do need to wash their hands more. And what nicer way to do it than with a beautiful scented bar of Eileen the Goose soap from the Last Homely House. I'm going to put this video on for you now then. That was just a little introduction because you know what I'm going to do. As soon as this is loading, I'm off to make my jigsaw. I've got to find somewhere to lay it out where the cats won't get it. It's going to be my next challenge. Happy Mother's Day to everybody who's celebrating Mother's Day today. And happy day to everyone who's celebrating anything today. Celebrate anything. And I will see you back with my little take care videos next week. I'll make those as I feel like I can. And really enjoying having you all in the comments and sharing all your experiences. It's absolutely wonderful. So thanks. I'm going to stop now because I want to put this video on of Ceri in her soap studio making soap. I have got more than one dress, I promise. So hello YouTube friends. I'm here today in Ceri's soap studio with all these fantastic soaps and potions and what's this?
Bath salts.
Bath salts.
Himalayan bath salts.
Himalayan bath salts. Ceri's just here. Now, Ceri is going to be the maker for the shop for April. So all the soaps that are in the shop in April are going to be Ceri's. I'm very excited. And so I think mostly because I've pestered her, she's going to let me watch her make some soap today. So I'm going to film some of it for you guys to have a look at. And I hope Ceri's all right with that. Ceri?
Yes, go for it.
Good. So we've got all the bits and pieces set up here. So everything's ready, set up here. Have you been doing this since this? Did you get all this ready this morning?
I poured them out yesterday because they've got to cool overnight, the oils and butters.
Okay, and the lye. Everything's got to cool. Okay.
And then ready for making today.
And what's going to go into these cool bottles?
Those are, well, they're not for today. Those
No.
will be room spray with essential oils.
God, she makes some lovely things. So I find people's workspaces, studio spaces, absolutely fascinating. And the smell in here, I wish you could smell it, guys. It's so lovely.
Goals, very important.
Yes, you've got to do lots of... that lie's pretty horrible stuff, isn't it?
In its raw state, it is. You certainly don't want it on your skin. But
No.
the soap
Isn't
is
it
cured-
funny that such a toxic thing actually makes such a beautiful, soft, gentle thing?
I know, it's the
I
magic.
don't quite understand that.
Well, it's a strong alkali and it converts the plant oils, which are slightly acidic, into soap and natural glycerin. And it's the natural glycerin that makes your skin lovely and soft. But that only happens after about 4 to 6 weeks of the soap curing. So that's
Yes.
why it has to sit in
It
these
has to
racks
sit in your drying,
for
in
such a
your
long
curing
time,
racks.
and
Yeah.
then it's safe to use.
Okay.
But it just gets milder and gentler over time, and the glycerin attracts moisture to itself, which also attracts moisture to your skin, making your skin more hydrated and softer.
Okay.
So that's the magic. So
That is the magic.
only soap made with the lye solution can technically be called real soap because it's the saponification process
Okay.
of the alkali and the acid oils that make
And,
soap.
and at this stage, it's actually quite toxic, isn't it?
This bit is,
Yeah.
everything else is not.
Yes.
But just what's in this jug, you've
Right.
got to be very
Well,
careful. So the
basically,
chemical
I'm going to
absorb-
shut up and let you get on. because
I've got to concentrate.
I can talk for Britain, and I know you've got some careful measuring to do, so I'm just going to shut up.
Yes, well, most of the measuring is all done now. I just need to make sure I'm doing things in the right order.
Okay, well, I'm just going to... Shall I stand out of the way?
Yes, that'll be fine. Yeah.
What is this soap?
This soap will be, it's one called Lavender, Ylang Ylang and Patchouli in my range. It's got some alkanet root and some charcoal powder. Don't look very exciting at the moment, but these will give swirls of colour through cream base.
Is that what I've got for the shop?
Yes.
This is what we've got for the shop, guys.
That's what you've got for the shop. And then also a little bit of gold mica, just mixed with some vegetable oil, some sunflower oil from the batch, to drizzle over the top, which will give a nice little sparkle.
Little sparkle. We like sparkle.
And then in here, the essential oils, so jasmine, no, not even jasmine, lavender, ylang ylang and patchouli. So all of that will go into all of these oils, which will make an 8 kilo batch of soap.
Okay, and that is enough to fill one slab mould?
Yes. So that'll be one of these. It'll make 60 full-size bars and then a few little sample pieces as well. So,
what are your oils?
My oils are olive oil, sunflower oil and coconut oil, and then some cocoa butter to super fat. It also makes the bar a bit harder.
Yes, I've heard about that.
Yes, the super fatting, if you don't know what that is, that's a way to give a bit of a buffer to the alkali. To ensure that you absolutely have no sort of, you have the right pH in the batch, so that
super fatting.
It's just adding more solid oils and butters to the recipe, just to slightly improve the texture, improve the quality, and give that little buffer for the alkali as well. Okay. So just kind of like a bit of a safety net, really, just to be absolutely sure that all of that alkali is used up by all of the oils and butters in here, so there's nothing left floating around that's going to cause any issues later.
Don't want issues.
So I'm just giving this a good stir, because sometimes the coconut oil just solidifies a little bit and clings to the outside of the bucket. So I'm just making sure there's no lumps in there. I might give it a quick blitz as well, just because I know it was cold overnight, because we want to make sure that everything mixes up nicely.
Did you measure all these out last night then?
Yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
So melted down.
So these other ones I can see over here, are they soaps waiting to go?
Yes, so that's what they look like before I do all my mixing and magic.
That makes sense. So the jugs and the bucket, and the jugs and the bucket are different batches of soap, and they're all ready to go. That's clever.
Yeah, and everything on top of the bucket is what's for going into that bucket. So I've got things like red clay, and
that makes perfect sense.
There's some madder root in these 2 jugs going into this one, and some rose geranium oil. And then the one on the far side that looks a bit more orange, actually I can show you. Yeah. I'll have a quick look before I blitz that. This one is a lot more orange.
Oh wow.
Because it's infused with annatto seeds to give a natural orange colour.
Wow.
So it'd be lovely sunshiny soap at the end.
Will it? What's that soap called?
That one's called Safflower Sunset, and it's got safflower petals decorating the top, which is what's in here, and sweet orange, ylang ylang and patchouli essential oils in there.
All these are in your shop, yeah?
Yes, all in my shop.
And the shop,
you can see it a bit better, so they'll be decorating the top.
Beautiful.
And they just get sprinkled on top of like a orangey, sunshiny orangey background.
That sounds so creative.
It's just using natural plant colours and natural clays, botanical spices. I used to clay all my soaps. Yes.
What's this clay thing?
Clay. We have this one this is for buttered rose soap, which is the other bucket.
Oh right.
So this is red clay. Okay. And it's also some madder root in here. So that's ground madder root.
For that bucket full over there.
Yes. Okay. And these will get mixed in with some of the soap batter in about a jug full, and then I'll swirl that into the main batch, and that will give like a swirly pattern effect through the bar, just to make it a bit more interesting. So pouring in the lye solution. It's a bit cloudy, but that's fine.
But this is the magic that makes the soap.
This is what makes soap, yes.
The reason why you've got gloves and long sleeves and glasses
and not bare feet. So don't ever try and make soap in flip-flops. It's a really bad idea. we go. Okay, so it's going to get a bit noisy.
All right. What's in the first bucket?
That one is charcoal powder.
Uh-huh.
I think I've actually put a bit too much soap liquid in there, but not to worry. Put that into there. I usually, with this batch, I usually put the essential oils in last.
Yes.
Because I know I
accelerates
find ylang ylang tends to speed things up a bit. Not every batch does, but just occasionally it can speed things up even more. So I tend to put it in right at the end. And it doesn't matter that I've got a bit of charcoal on there. I'm just trying to get this blend quite quick.
What's in there?
This is some alkanet root.
Yeah.
And it's what I use. I'm using it just as kind of ground, dried bits of alkanet root in here, so it gives a bit of texture as well. But I use it and infuse it in oils to give a lovely purple colour in the lavender and clary sage soap, which I do as well. But it gives a nice kind of soft purple. I'll just be a bit noisy again. And this purple colour comes out a bit more over time, so it's very faint. Yes, it kind of develops a bit more strongly as it's sort of sitting in the soap. Fluid essential oils go in. So I'll just give a little mix and most of it into the main batch. Sometimes they can give really amazing colours. Orange essential oil especially will really. And chamomile blue is ferociously expensive, but that is a blue essential oil. It doesn't give colour to the soap as such, but it's amazing when you're using it. Don't use that very often though, because it's quite costly. Right, a little bit into charcoal, a little bit into there. Pouring.
Okay.
See all my lines?
Yes, and that would be where the cuts are for each soap loaf.
So I'm kind of visualising that's a loaf, that's a loaf, that's a loaf, that's a loaf. Four. Told you we had a technical piece of equipment.
We've got this is a very, very technical piece of equipment here.
Highly complicated, yes.
There's not very many places you can buy these.
You can't buy those anywhere. Not that shape.
No.
So I'm going to pour in lines
and
then pull the colour through using
the hanger.
this, and this should make a nice swirly shape.
Which we've got in our soaps, guys.
I've got a bit more charcoal than I would normally have.
It's going to be dark, nice and dark.
Dark one through the middle, but this is good. I'll try and do about a quarter of the jug for each. Doesn't matter if it's not exactly, but it's just, see it's already thickening. You can see how it's kind of bellying up a bit. It's doing it hopefully just all at the right point, which is fortunate, being that it's being filmed. And then I do this one from a bit more of a height, so
it goes a bit deeper
through. And also because it's thickening up, we want it to make sure it doesn't just sit on the top.
I'm holding my breath.
Are you?
Yeah.
Exciting.
It is exciting.
Well, that's good. So I'll save what's in the jugs here as little scrapings. I'll save that for the top. So
this is the technical thing that you've got to go to university for 3 years, yes?
Exactly, yes. I'll do it this way around so you can kind of see what I'm doing a bit better.
Okay, thank you.
So with my wire coat hanger, I kind of push it down somewhere around here and then kind of think in 3D. So I've got to make the swirls and I do a little back as well, just for fun. And kind of swirl it. You want to do them all at different heights, so you have swirls in all sorts of different places in the bar. You try and pull the colour through.
So you're going deep and then higher.
Yeah, I mean it's quite random really, but this is sort of pull the colours down.
That looks like a load of fun.
It's great fun, it's my favourite bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just clean that off. And then usually at this point I'll just randomly drizzle on other bits, and that'll give a little bit nearer the top. Try and use up everything, and partly so it doesn't get wasted, but you want to make sure all the, obviously the batch is a certain weight, and when it's cut up into bars that's all a certain weight, so I don't really want to be leaving anything in the jugs. And then a bit of charcoal, oops. And this can just be randomly drizzled.
Ooh.
Just going to give it a little bit of a
turn.
Some of that all helps with the texture on the top.
Oh, I say.
So again, this is just all building in swirls and texture inside and making a nice poopy top. And this consistency is spot on actually. I'm really pleased with how it's nicely holding its shape.
It's gorgeous.
So this is just putting the colours through.
Adding a little texture and pattern on the top. This is the fun bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I love this bit. I could do this for days, but I would just end up with soap that's all one colour because I would end up mixing it way too much.
Yeah.
So the thing is, knowing
when to stop.
Yeah. We're not going to stop quite yet because there's one other little bit to go on. I was trying to look for bits that haven't got enough swirl in them. Don't know, that's just me. I think I'll stop there. And this is the mica and oils. Just mixing up.
And this is like a gold mica.
Gold mica, yes.
With a bit of oil.
Bit of sunflower oil, and that's all it is mixed in. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit to the top. So
Make it very luxurious.
Yes, well you'll see what happens. You can quite randomly just kind of speckle it on.
Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. That's absolutely beautiful.
Why, thank you.
Wow.
I'm glad it worked.
Well, no, it more than worked. It was fantastic.
It behaved itself beautifully.
Okay, guys, so that's going to sit now for how long?
24 hours, 48 hours.
24 to 48 hours.
I'll cut it up tomorrow.
Yeah. And now we're going to look at the ones that Ceri has made for us, which is the same soap.
Last homely house.
So this is the last bar for this batch. So this is the very last one. That didn't take too long.
Not too long. As you get into the flow.
There it is. The very last one, all packed up and ready to go.
Crash into the...
Isn't that lovely? Last time we had soap. It's going to be in the shop. Well, now. Right now. Link in the description below. Thanks, Ceri.